over 13,500 piercings. Very interesting. That's crazy. Well, hello my lovely lassies and loons. You asked for more Scotland. Dundee I am not actually too knowledgeable about, but we're here at the Dundee train station. We're going to hop on a train this morning and I'm going to show you my favourite spots in the capital of Scotland, good old Edinburgh. I think we may have found somewhere on the Royal Mile. It's called the Copper Still Bar and Restaurant. It looks cool. It has Scottish breakfast, so yeah, I'm sold.
I wake up in the morning in this great blue state, golden fingers caress my face, slips through the window on a silky breeze, a dreamer's line to plant some seeds. She's my believer, healing all my doubts, a lighted mirror reflecting out every true potential.
I really wish I could have spoken in there and talked you through like just how fantastic that breakfast was, with the haggis and the black pudding and the beans and the tomato and the mushroom and the potato scone. It was fantastic, but I also forget that everyone likes to party here in the morning, so the music is super loud, and of course for monetization purposes I cannot put that in the video, but that was a fantastic breakfast. Now ready to kind of show you around. So we're on the Royal Mile right now. Now the Royal Mile is the old part of town and it's just always bustling with tourists because it's like super interesting and there's a lot to see in such a small amount of space. Now, oh wait, hold on. I don't know what's going on here. This is fantastic. I just asked a policewoman what was going on there with that little procession, and she was like, oh, it's just a service in the church. They're having a special service in the church. Yep, that's what that is all about. That is how we do things here in good old Scotland. But as you can see, Edinburgh is hustle and bustle, especially at the weekends. It's a beautiful Sunday here, so a lot of people want to go out. I just love cobbled streets, guys. Cobbled streets is my jam. You can hear the piper. I'm going to show you the piper. When we used to come to Scotland every year, we would bring our friends here, and it is fantastic. Well, it's kind of like the Manhattan of Scotland, pretty much. And the Royal Mile that we're on right now is sort of like Fifth Avenue, if you will, in New York. If we're trying to compare it, I'm trying to really tell you what this is like, or compare it to something. That's what I would compare it to. And I'm going to show you some of my favorite spots that I come to every single time. So I know a couple of you have said that you're actually coming to Scotland and you wanted a little guidance on where to go. And is this a bucket list thing for you guys? Would you want to come to Scotland? I think the answer is yes, but leave your comment below. Would you like to go to Scotland? Heck yeah. So as I said before, we're on the Royal Mile. It is called the Royal Mile, even although it's 107 or 11 yards beyond a mile. But we're on the Royal Mile. It's called that because it goes all the way from the bottom all the way down there where Holyrood Palace sits, all the way up to the top here where the castle is. Now there is an absolute massive queue to get in here, of course, so we're not going to go in here today, but I'm going to show you what it looks like from outside and the views that you get from up here. This is still actually used partly by the military, but other than that, it's just a massive museum for everyone around the world to come and see and check out everything. So this is it, I found it, the Red Door Gallery. Oh my gosh, it's been forever since I've been in here. Let's go see what's inside.
I've been walking around, waiting for you to shine. People passing me by. Does it feel like I belong? Trying to keep it alive on this hungry side for a better confirmation. Yeah, I'm heading for the station.
Super cool. There were a couple of prints in there that I really loved, but don't have a house, so there's no point. So let me quickly tell you about this area here. This right here, around here, and in front of the last drop, right there, this used to be a marketplace back in the day, but it also used to be the area where people used to be hung. Pretty gruesome if you ask me. So Maggie Dixon was a woman of Edinburgh, and in 1721 she was actually hung here. But she survived. Here's the quick rundown of the story. Her and her husband separated and she kind of fled to the borders, where she started working at an inn, and the son of the inn owner took a liking to Maggie. Oh, that good looking mofo. And they actually conceived a child, which got very sickly, and then she popped him in the river and they found him, and then she was set here to be hung. She was hung, she was put in a coffin, and then on the way to being buried, with all the jiggling on the back of the cart, she freaking woke up. It's kind of gruesome. And because she woke up, everyone said it was an act of God, and she was then known as Half Hang It Maggie. Not the best of names, but she's still here. Maggie, right there. What a legend. What a legend. A myth and a legend. So since we're at Grassmarket, I've got to go into the oldest pub in Edinburgh, which is called the White Hart Inn, just for a quick wee pint before we head down to another thing that I think you guys would find super interesting. Yeah. We couldn't take a video in here because they're actually doing some filming themselves at the moment in there, but it's just a really, really tiny place. Hopefully we can get a picture. If so, the picture is right here of the inside. Really, really cool. It was established in 1719. It's a pretty old bar, I would say. And the bathrooms, like, my left leg can fit in there. You have to like kind of go sideways in there. But still, it's so cool. So I hope you're enjoying this episode on Scotland. Wait a second. Walking through town and I see Mason and Maggie, a cat cafe. It's a cafe in here with just cats roaming around. Are you a cat person or a dog person? I am most certainly not a cat person. I used to have cats when I was little. One of them pretty much hated me and terrorized me for years, to the point where I would cry my eyes out. Still to this day, if a cat comes near me, don't like it. Don't like it one bit. So we're making our way back up. Castle's right here, up here on that lava rock. But this is a really cool building. This was actually put here. There are many of these. Look at that. And that building was put there for the guys to be in there to protect the castle from anything happening to the castle. Okay, so we're heading onto the Royal Mile again. The reason why we're going there is I'm actually going to be taking you guys to one of my favorite places and things to do in Edinburgh, and that is going to Mary King's Close. Now, a close is basically what we're standing in right now. It's a Scottish word for alleyway. A number of them have gates because actually they're normally private property, as opposed to wines, which are a little wider so that a horse and carriage could fit down there. But let's head on over to Mary King's Close, and we're gonna meet someone there. They're gonna take it away from there. All right. Okay. So this gentleman does not dress like this in normal life, or do you?
Sometimes on weekends.
Sometimes on weekends. But we're here at Mary's King's Close, and this wonderful gentleman is going to explain to us, like, well, first of all, he works here. So I was going to try and do it, but I can't explain it very well. So here we go.
So yeah, we are the real Mary King's Close. So underneath the building behind us there, that's the City Chambers government buildings today. Originally built as an indoor marketplace. And in 1753, when they built this building, they knocked the tops off the old streets that were there and used the bottom two floors as part of foundations. So things that are preserved down there have been roughly that way for about 200 years. So we just take you on a little walking tour around the old streets and tell you the stories of all the people that lived there. Everyone from poverty-stricken to plague doctors to royalty that spent a night here once. So,
that's awesome.
All of our guides are historical characters as well. I'm a poet, Robert Ferguson, inspiration for the slightly more famous Robert Burns. And yeah, it's a fun place, a fun historical place to work. There are a few underground streets around Edinburgh that have been used for various different purposes, but yes, we pride ourselves on trying to be more historically accurate than most. So,
that's awesome.
A lot of people fill their tours with ghosts and people jumping out to scare you, but we kind of put the effort in to research all the characters, make sure they've got a connection to the close, and just kind of give you a flavour for how life in Edinburgh might have been over the last 200 years or so, and a nice wee historical backdrop.
That's awesome. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And I hope to see more of you down here soon.
Oh, heck yeah, we're going to send all of them over. Awesome. Thank you so much.
No worries, anytime.
Well, that's just super cool. So guys, If you are ever over in Edinburgh, you have to come to Mary King's Close. Also, something that happens every single year here in Edinburgh is a thing called the Fringe Festival, where the Royal Mile is absolutely cram-packed with people and street performers, and there are shows going on everywhere. I've done it a couple of times when I was a singer, so it's pretty cool. And people from all over the world come and participate in this and come watch. But there's some street performers right now, so let's take a look at that. It is so freaking cold. That's it, guys. That is Edinburgh in a quick nutshell. Those are some of my favorite places to go, and I've really enjoyed sharing Scotland with you. So thank you so much for watching the channel, and until next time, I'll see you later.